In the vast and unforgiving expanse of the Imperium of man, where technology and faith intertwine in a delicate dance of survival, there exists a breed of techno-priests whose mastery over the biological sciences borders on the miraculous and the heretical. These are the Genetors, also known as magi-biologists, the masters of flesh and form within the Adeptus Mechanicus. In a galaxy where the human form is as malleable as clay in the hands of a skilled artisan, the Genetors stand as the ultimate shapers of life. Their domain extends far beyond mere genetic manipulation. They are the architects of biological weaponry, the creators of specialized organisms for colonization efforts, and the guardians of humanity's evolutionary future. The role of the Genetor is one shrouded in mystery and controversy. To some, they are saviors, capable of curing plagues that threaten entire worlds and engineering resilient crops that can flourish on the most hostile of planets. To others, they are dangerous radicals, teetering on the brink of tech-heresy with their audacious experiments in human augmentation and xenos hybridization. At the heart of the Genetor's craft lies the sacred art of gene smithing, a discipline that combines the precision of genetic engineering with the ritualistic fervor of the cult Mechanicus. Through their mastery of this art, Genetors can rewrite the very essence of life, creating warriors of unprecedented strength, servitors of unparalleled efficiency, and biological marvels that blur the line between organic and machine. The laboratories of Imagos biologists are a wonder to behold, filled with bubbling vats of nutrient fluid, pulsating organs sustained by arcane machinery, and intricate arrays of cogitators processing vast amounts of genetic data. Here, amidst the hum of life support systems and the chatter of servo skulls, the Genetors pursue their quest for biological perfection. Yet, the path of the Genetor is fraught with danger. The manipulation of life itself is a perilous endeavor, one that can attract the baleful gaze of the Inquisition or invite corruption from the insidious forces of chaos. Many a brilliant biologist has found themselves branded a heretic, their creations deemed too radical or their methods too closely aligned with forbidden xenos technologies. Despite these risks, the Imperium relies heavily on the skills of the Genetors. In an age where humanity faces extinction on countless fronts, the ability to adapt and evolve is paramount. From fortifying the Emperor's armies with enhanced warriors to terraforming deadly worlds into habitable sanctuaries, the Magi-biologists play a crucial role in ensuring mankind's survival in the hostile universe of the 41st millennium. The saga of the Genetors is one of ambition and restraint, of innovation tempered by dogma. It is a tale of those who dare to reshape life itself, walking a tightrope between technological advancement and the preservation of humanity's sacred form. As we delve into their world, we will uncover the triumphs and tragedies that have defined their existence, the groundbreaking discoveries that have altered the course of imperial history, and the ethical dilemmas that continue to plague their order. From the gene forges of Mars to the frontier worlds teeming with new forms of life, the influence of the Genetors can be felt across the breadth of the Imperium. Their work touches every aspect of human existence, from the lowliest laborer enhanced to withstand toxic environments to the highest-ranking tech priests pushing the boundaries of human potential. As we explore the realm of the Magi-biologists, we will witness the awe-inspiring power of their creations and the terrible consequences of their failures. We will meet the visionaries who have advanced their field and the renegades whose ambitions threatened the very fabric of imperial society. Through their story, we will gain insight into one of the most fascinating and controversial branches of the Adeptus Mechanicus, and perhaps glimpse the potential future of humanity in a galaxy where evolution itself has become a battlefield. Prepare to enter a world where flesh and steel merge, where the boundaries of life are constantly redefined, and where the future of the human race hangs in the balance. This is the domain of the Genetor, where science and faith collide in a relentless pursuit of biological perfection. In the complex hierarchy of the Adeptus Mechanicus, several key players shape the destiny of genetic manipulation and biological research. At the forefront stand the Archmagos biologists, revered figures who oversee vast research initiatives and guide the overall direction of biotechnological advancement within the Imperium. These esteemed individuals, often centuries old and extensively augmented, wield significant influence in the highest echelons of the Mechanicus. Their decisions can redirect entire fields of study, allocate precious resources, and determine which genetic breakthroughs are deemed acceptable under the tenets of the machine god. Beneath the Archmagi are the specialized ranks of Genetors, each focused on distinct aspects of biological manipulation. The xenobiologists delve into the study of alien life forms, seeking to understand and potentially harness their unique traits. Their work, while essential for defending against Xenos threats, often skirts the edges of heresy, requiring a delicate balance between scientific curiosity and imperial dogma. Biomechanical engineers occupy a crucial niche, blending organic and mechanical elements to create enhanced beings. Their expertise is vital in the production of servitors, cybermastiffs, and other bioconstructs that serve as the backbone of imperial industry and warfare. The Vitae Magos specialize in the intricacies of human biology, pushing the boundaries of what the human form can achieve. Their research encompasses everything from longevity treatments for high-ranking officials to the development of specialized organs for space marine implantation. Agri-worlds rely heavily on the skills of cultivae magi, experts in botanical and agricultural genetics. These individuals are responsible for engineering crops that can thrive in hostile environments, ensuring the Imperium's vast population remains fed despite the challenges of interstellar colonization. Within the militant arm of the Mechanicus, the Magos Biologists Militaris focus on applications of genetic science in warfare. Their work includes the development of biological weapons, the creation of enhanced combat servitors, and the ongoing refinement of space marine gene seed. The Ordo Reductor, a secretive sub-faction of the Mechanicus, employs Genetors in the design of living weapons and semi-sentient siege engines. These creations blur the line between machine and organism, embodying the Mechanicus's ethos of transcending the limitations of flesh. Inquisitors of the Ordo Hereticus maintain a watchful eye on the activities of Genetors, ever vigilant for signs of deviation from imperial doctrine. Their presence serves as a constant reminder of the fine line between innovation and heresy that all Magi biologists must walk. The Adeptus Astartes, while not directly involved in genetic research, play a crucial role as both beneficiaries and subjects of the Genetors' work. Space Marine apothecaries often collaborate with Magi biologists to address issues with gene seed stability and explore potential improvements to their superhuman abilities. Within the rarefied atmosphere of Terra itself, a select group of Genetors serve the Emperor directly, tasked with maintaining the ancient technologies that sustain his physical form. These individuals hold a unique position, their knowledge a closely guarded secret even within the Mechanicus. Rogue Genetors, those who pursue forbidden knowledge or align themselves with heretical factions, represent a significant threat. Organizations like the Homo sapiens Novus actively seek to push human evolution beyond imperial constraints, often employing the skills of outcast Magi biologists. The Dark Mechanicus, twisted mirror of the Adeptus Mechanicus, boasts its own cadre of Genetors. These individuals, free from the ethical and doctrinal constraints of their loyalist counterparts, delve into realms of biological horror that blend chaos corruption with technological perversion. Xenos races, particularly the Aldari and the Necrons, possess their own versions of genetic manipulators. The Homunculi of the Drukhari and the Cryptex of the Necrons serve as dark reflections of imperial Genetors, their advanced knowledge both a threat and a temptation to human researchers. On frontier worlds and in the depths of space hulks, renegade tech priests establish independent enclaves dedicated to unfettered biological research. These individuals, driven by scientific curiosity or megalomaniacal ambition, often become the targets of Mechanicus and inquisitorial purges. The Adeptus Ministorum, while generally opposed to extreme forms of human augmentation, reluctantly acknowledges the necessity of the Genetors' work. Certain radical factions within the ecclesiarchy even seek to harness genetic science in the creation of living saints or the enhancement of particularly devout individuals. Planetary governors and sector lords often cultivate relationships with Genetors, seeking access to life extension treatments or bespoke biological enhancements. This patronage can provide magi biologists with valuable resources and political protection, but also entangles them in the complex web of imperial politics. In the shadowy realm of the Officio Assassinorum, specialized Genetors work tirelessly to enhance the already formidable abilities of imperial assassins. Their classified research pushes the limits of human potential, creating killers capable of feats that border on the superhuman. Together, these diverse factions and individuals form the complex ecosystem of biological manipulation within the Imperium. Their interactions, rivalries, and collaborations shape the future of human evolution in a galaxy where the very definition of humanity is constantly in flux. The roots of the Genetors' prominence within the Adeptus Mechanicus can be traced back to the early days of human interstellar colonization. As mankind spread across the stars, the need for biological adaptation to diverse and often hostile environments became paramount. This necessity birthed a new breed of tech priests, ones who saw the malleability of flesh as a frontier as vital as any planetary exploration. During the dark age of technology, humanity's mastery over genetics reached its zenith. Magi biologists of this era created wonders that would be considered miraculous by their 41st millennium counterparts. They engineered humans capable of breathing toxic atmospheres, crafted symbiotic organisms to terraform barren worlds, and even dabbled in the creation of entirely new sentient species. The catastrophic events of the Age of Strife shattered this golden age of genetic manipulation. As warp storms isolated human worlds and ancient technologies failed, much of the Genetors' knowledge was lost. Those who survived found themselves guardians of fragmented lore, desperately trying to preserve what they could of their once great science. The rise of the Emperor and the subsequent Great Crusade brought a renaissance to the field of genetic manipulation. The creation of the Primarchs and the Space Marines showcased the potential of genecraft on a scale never before seen. Genetors flocked to the Emperor's banner, eager to contribute their skills to the rebuilding of human civilization. However, the events of the Horus Heresy cast a long shadow over the work of the Magi biologists. The corruption of the Primarchs and the betrayal of half the Space Marine legions highlighted the potential dangers of genetic tampering. In the aftermath, the Imperium adopted a more conservative stance towards biological enhancement, viewing it with a mixture of necessity and suspicion. The formation of the Inquisition following the heresy had a profound impact on the Genetors. Their work came under intense scrutiny, with many branches of research deemed too dangerous or heretical to pursue. This led to a schism within the ranks of the Magi biologists, with some choosing to continue their work in secret, while others embraced a more dogmatic approach. The Age of Apostasy further complicated the position of the Genetors. As the ecclesiarchy tightened its grip on imperial ideology, many forms of human augmentation were denounced as unholy. Magi biologists found themselves walking an increasingly narrow path between scientific progress and religious orthodoxy. The discovery of new Xenos species throughout the millennia provided both opportunities and challenges for the Genetors. Each encounter brought fresh genetic material to study, but also raised ethical questions about the incorporation of alien biology into human subjects. The Rangdan Xenocides, in particular, saw Genetors playing a crucial role in developing countermeasures against a foe that weaponized genetics on a terrifying scale. The development of the Genestealer threat forced the Magi biologists to confront an enemy that turned humanity's own biology against it. This insidious Xenos breed pushed Genetors to new heights of innovation in detection and purification protocols, while also highlighting the potential horrors of uncontrolled genetic manipulation. As the Imperium's territory expanded, so too did the diversity of human populations. Genetors found themselves tasked with maintaining the purity of the human genome while also allowing for the adaptations necessary for survival on countless worlds. This balancing act became a defining challenge for the Magi biologists, shaping their philosophy and practices. The emergence of Fabius Bile and his twisted experiments served as a dark mirror to the work of loyal Genetors. Bile's creations, born of chaos-tainted genecraft, exemplified the nightmarish potential of biological manipulation unconstrained by ethics or dogma. His actions led to increased restrictions on genetic research within the Imperium, as authorities sought to prevent the rise of similar renegades. The Mechanicus civil war, known as the Moirai Schism, had far-reaching consequences for the Genetors. This conflict, centered around differing interpretations of ancient prophecies, saw many Magi biologists split between conservative and progressive factions. The aftermath resulted in a restructuring of the Adeptus Mechanicus, altering the political landscape in which Genetors operated. The rise of Archmagos Dominus Belisarius Call marked a turning point for genetic research within the Imperium. Call's development of the Primaris Space Marines demonstrated the continued potential for transhuman enhancement, reigniting debates about the limits of acceptable biological manipulation. Throughout these tumultuous millennia, the role of the Genetors evolved from pioneering scientists to a complex blend of researchers, preservers of ancient lore, and guardians against biological threats. Their history is one of constant adaptation, not just of the flesh they study, but of their own place within the ever-changing Imperium. This legacy of innovation, setback, and perseverance set the stage for the Genetors' current standing. As the Imperium faces unprecedented threats from within and without, the skills of the Magi biologists have become more crucial than ever. Their ability to adapt humanity to the challenges of the 41st millennium may well determine the fate of the species itself. The evolution of the Genetors' role within the Imperium unfolds as a tapestry of scientific breakthroughs, ethical dilemmas, and political maneuvering. This chronology illuminates the key developments that shaped their current standing in the 41st millennium. In the wake of the Horus heresy, the Genetors faced unprecedented scrutiny. Their involvement in the creation of the Primarchs and Space Marines, while crucial to the Imperium's founding, now cast a shadow of suspicion over their work. This period saw a rigorous codification of acceptable genetic practices, with many experimental procedures banned outright. The following centuries witnessed a gradual reconstruction of the Genetors' influence. They proved instrumental in stabilizing gene seed lineages of loyal Space Marine chapters, ensuring the Adeptus Astartes remained a viable fighting force. This work earned them a measure of trust from Imperial authorities, albeit tempered with constant vigilance. As new threats emerged across the galaxy, the Magi biologists adapted their focus. The encounter with the Tyranid hive fleets in M41 marked a significant shift. Genetors found themselves at the forefront of developing biological countermeasures against this unprecedented Xenos menace. Their research into Tyranid adaptation mechanisms led to breakthroughs in rapid evolutionary response protocols for Imperial forces. The rise of Genestealer cults presented another challenge. Genetors worked tirelessly to create detection methods for subtle genetic alterations, a task complicated by the cult's ability to infiltrate at a cellular level. This period saw increased collaboration between Magi biologists and inquisitorial forces, as they combined their expertise to root out these insidious threats. In the realm of agriculture, Genetors made significant strides in crop modification. The development of hardier, more nutritious food sources became critical as the Imperium's population swelled and resources grew scarce. Agri-world saw harvests multiplied through carefully engineered plant strains, capable of thriving in even the most hostile environments. The field of bionics underwent a renaissance under Genetor guidance. Melding flesh with machine, they created increasingly sophisticated augmentations. From basic limb replacements for injured soldiers to complex neural interfaces for starship crew, these advancements blurred the line between biology and technology. The discovery of ancient STC fragments related to genetic manipulation sparked fierce competition among Genitor factions. Expeditions to lost human colonies and space hulks became commonplace, each hoping to unearth knowledge that could revolutionize their field. These quests often led to conflict, both with rival tech priests and Xenos races guarding similar secrets. As the Imperium's reach expanded, Genetors played a crucial role in human adaptation to new environments. They engineered subspecies capable of enduring extreme conditions, from the crushing pressures of ocean worlds to the toxic atmospheres of industrial planets. This work, while necessary for colonization efforts, raised ethical questions about the limits of human modification. The onset of the Plague Wars brought the Genetors' skills into sharp focus. Facing Nurgle's most virulent creations, they worked feverishly to develop cures and preventative measures. This period saw unprecedented cooperation between Magi biologists and the Adeptus Ministorum as faith and science united against a common enemy. In the wake of the Great Rift's appearance, Genetors confronted new challenges. The increased warp activity led to spontaneous mutations across human populations. Magi biologists found themselves tasked with determining which changes were benign adaptations and which heralded chaos corruption. This era saw the development of more nuanced mutation screening protocols. The Primaris Space Marine project, revealed in the early days of the Indomitus Crusade, showcased the pinnacle of Genitor achievement. Though primarily the work of Archmagos Call, it drew upon millennia of research by countless Magi biologists. The success of the Primaris Marines reignited debates about the potential for further human enhancement. As the Imperium struggled with manpower shortages, Genetors turned their attention to accelerated growth techniques. They refined the processes used in creating servitors and vat-grown soldiers, balancing the need for rapid maturation against the risks of genetic instability. This work led to breakthroughs in neural imprinting, allowing for the swift implantation of skills and knowledge. The threat posed by Necron biotransference technology spurred Genetors to explore the boundaries between organic life and machine consciousness. While officially denouncing the Necrons' complete abandonment of flesh, some Magi biologists secretly studied their methods, seeking ways to achieve similar longevity without sacrificing humanity's biological essence. In response to the increasing psychic awakening across human populations, Genetors intensified their study of the genes linked to psychic potential. This research walked a fine line between imperial sanction and accusations of heresy, as they sought to understand and potentially guide humanity's psychic evolution. The latter years of M41 saw Genetors grappling with the long-term consequences of their work. Planets where extensive genetic modification had occurred generations ago began to show unforeseen complications. Magi biologists found themselves racing to correct cascading genetic issues that threatened entire populations, learning harsh lessons about the unpredictability of large-scale genetic tampering. As the chronology of the Genetors unfolds, it reveals a constant tension between innovation and caution, progress, and tradition. Each breakthrough carries with it new challenges. Each solution spawns unforeseen complications. Yet through it all, the Magi biologists remain at the forefront of shaping humanity's biological destiny in a galaxy fraught with peril. The unveiling of the Primaris Space Marines project stands as a watershed moment in the annals of genetic manipulation within the Imperium. This revelation, orchestrated by Archmagos Dominus Belisarius Call, sent shockwaves through the ranks of the Adeptus Mechanicus and beyond, fundamentally altering the landscape of transhuman enhancement. Call's work, conducted in utmost secrecy over 10 millennia, represented a quantum leap in gene crafting techniques. The Primaris Marines, with their enhanced physiology and augmented organs, showcased the untapped potential that lay dormant within the Emperor's original designs. This breakthrough challenged long-held assumptions about the limits of space marine biology and reignited debates about the future of human evolution. The introduction of Primaris Marines to existing chapters sparked a crisis of identity within the Adeptus Astartes. Traditional Marines grappled with feelings of obsolescence, while chapter masters faced the daunting task of integrating these new warriors into their ranks. This upheaval rippled outward, affecting every facet of Imperial military strategy and forcing a re-evaluation of the Astartes' role in defending humanity. For the wider community of Genetors, the Primaris project served as both inspiration and cautionary tale. It demonstrated the heights that could be achieved through dedicated research and technological innovation. However, it also highlighted the risks inherent in such radical alterations to the human form, raising concerns about unforeseen long-term consequences. The Adeptus Mechanicus found itself divided over the implications of Call's work. Conservative factions decried the project as tech-heresy, arguing that it overstepped the bounds of acceptable modification to the Emperor's creations. Progressive elements, conversely, saw it as a triumphant vindication of their belief in humanity's potential for self-improvement through technology. This schism within the Mechanicus had far-reaching consequences. Research priorities shifted as different factions sought to either build upon or discredit Call's achievements. Genetors across the Imperium found their work subject to intense scrutiny, with many projects re-evaluated in light of the new possibilities demonstrated by the Primaris Marines. The Inquisition's response to the Primaris revelation was characteristically multifaceted. While some Inquisitors embraced the new Marines as a much-needed boost to the Imperium's defenses, others launched investigations into the project's origins and potential hidden flaws. This led to increased oversight of genetic research facilities across Imperial space, with Genetors finding their work subject to unprecedented levels of inquisitorial attention. In the political arena, the unveiling of the Primaris Marines shifted the balance of power within the Imperium. The Adeptus Astartes, already a formidable force, saw their influence grow as chapters integrated these enhanced warriors. This development caused unease among other imperial institutions, particularly the Adeptus Ministorum, who feared a diminishment of their own authority. The ecclesiarchy found itself in a theological quandary. The Primaris Marines' existence challenged established doctrines about the sanctity of the human form and the Emperor's original designs. Debates raged within the Adeptus Ministorum about whether these enhanced warriors represented a divine evolution of humanity or a dangerous deviation from the Emperor's vision. For the average citizens of the Imperium, the emergence of Primaris Marines entered the realm of myth almost immediately. Tales of these godlike warriors spread across worlds, inspiring both awe and trepidation. The knowledge that humanity could be so radically altered sparked soul-searching about the nature of the human species and its destined role in the galaxy. The Primaris project also had significant implications for Xenos relations. Alien races, particularly those with advanced biological sciences like the Aeldari, took note of this leap in human capability. Some saw it as a sign of humanity's growing threat, while others recognized a potential shift in the balance of galactic power. Within the halls of the Adeptus Terra, the Primaris revelation prompted a reassessment of resource allocation and strategic planning. The possibility of further enhancing Imperial forces led to increased funding for genetic research, albeit under strict controls. This shift in priorities rippled through the Imperial bureaucracy, affecting everything from tithe calculations to recruitment protocols. The Officio Assassinorum, ever adaptable, saw in the Primaris project an opportunity to enhance their own operatives. Collaborative efforts between Genetors and the Assassin Temples led to breakthroughs in augmenting human reflexes and sensory acuity, pushing the boundaries of what even the most elite human agents could achieve. For rogue traders and other explorers of the galaxy's fringes, the Primaris Marines represented a new frontier of human potential. Some sought to acquire samples of Primaris gene seed, hoping to unlock its secrets for personal gain or to aid human colonies beyond Imperial reach. This led to a surge in gene tech smuggling and black market trading of biological enhancements. The Dark Mechanicus and other chaos-aligned factions viewed the Primaris project with a mixture of envy and determination. Efforts to corrupt or replicate the Primaris enhancements became a priority for many heretical researchers, leading to a new arms race in biological warfare and transhuman modification. As the implications of the Primaris project continued to unfold, it became clear that this was more than just a military advancement. It was a turning point in human evolution, a moment that would reshape the Imperium's understanding of its own potential and limitations. The Genetors, standing at the forefront of this biological revolution, found themselves thrust into a new era of possibility and peril, their work more crucial and controversial than ever before. The ramifications of the Genetors' work echoed across the Imperium, reshaping societies and altering the course of human evolution. Their influence, both overt and subtle, permeated every stratum of Imperial life, from the lowliest hive worker to the mightiest Space Marine chapter. On countless worlds, the fruits of Genitor labor manifested in myriad forms. Agri-worlds saw unprecedented yields as engineered crops thrived in once barren wastelands. These agricultural triumphs staved off famine in numerous sectors, bolstering the Imperium's ability to sustain its vast population. The political leverage gained by those controlling these enhanced food sources shifted the balance of power on many planets. In the realm of medicine, Genitor innovations revolutionized treatment protocols. Tailored organ growth techniques allowed for swift replacement of damaged tissues, dramatically reducing recovery times for injured soldiers and laborers alike. This advancement not only improved the overall health of Imperial citizens, but also increased military readiness, as wounded troops returned to duty far more quickly than before. The development of specialized sub-breeds of humans for specific environments had far-reaching consequences. Void-adapted crews with enhanced radiation resistance became invaluable assets to the Imperial Navy, while workers engineered to withstand toxic atmospheres transformed the capabilities of mining and industrial worlds. These specialized humans, however, often faced discrimination and isolation, sparking debates about the nature of humanity and the ethical implications of such extreme modifications. In the wake of the Primaris Space Marine project, a new wave of transhuman experimentation swept through the Imperium. While officially restricted, underground clinics offering genetic enhancements proliferated in the shadows of hive cities. This black market in human modification led to a rise in mutant populations and increased inquisitorial crackdowns, straining local law enforcement resources. The Adeptus Astartes grappled with the long-term implications of incorporating Primaris Marines into their ranks. As these enhanced warriors proved their worth in battle, traditional Space Marines faced an identity crisis. Some chapters embraced the new technology wholeheartedly, while others resisted, clinging to their ancient traditions. This divide created tensions within the Adeptus Astartes, affecting battlefield coordination and interchapter relations. In the political sphere, the influence of Genetors grew substantially. Their ability to offer life extension treatments and physical enhancements made them sought-after allies for planetary governors and sector lords. This newfound political clout allowed some magi biologists to push for greater autonomy in their research, though it also embroiled them in the complex web of imperial politics. The ecclesiarchy found itself forced to adapt its doctrines to account for the new realities of human enhancement. While officially maintaining the sanctity of the human form, many preachers began to incorporate the idea of guided evolution into their sermons, framing genetic modification as a means of fulfilling the Emperor's vision for humanity. This theological shift had profound implications for how citizens viewed their own bodies and the concept of human identity. Within the Adeptus Mechanicus, the successes of the Genetors led to a re-evaluation of the balance between biological and mechanical augmentation. Traditional adherents of pure mechanization found their influence waning as biomechanical hybrids gained popularity. This ideological shift rippled through the entire organization, affecting everything from research priorities to the design of cybernetic enhancements. The Officio Assassinorum, ever pragmatic, quickly incorporated Genitor advancements into their training programs. Assassins with enhanced senses, accelerated reflexes, and augmented strength emerged as a new breed of Imperial operative. These super assassins proved devastatingly effective, though their existence raised concerns about the potential for genetically enhanced rogue agents. In the realm of Imperial defense, the work of Genetors in creating bioweapons and designing countermeasures against alien biologics proved invaluable. Entire war strategies were revised to incorporate these new capabilities, leading to significant victories against Xenos threats. However, the development of such potent biological agents also raised fears of their potential misuse or theft by enemy forces. The Inquisition found its workload significantly increased in the aftermath of widespread genetic modification. The line between acceptable human variation and dangerous mutation became increasingly blurred, necessitating more nuanced approaches to identifying and dealing with potential threats. This led to the formation of specialized inquisitorial task forces focused solely on monitoring and regulating genetic modification across the Imperium. On frontier worlds, the impact of Genitor work was particularly pronounced. Colonists engineered to survive in hostile environments pushed the boundaries of human habitation, allowing for the settlement of worlds once deemed uninhabitable. This expansion, however, often came at the cost of unforeseen mutations in subsequent generations, creating new challenges for Imperial authorities. The Adeptus Arbites faced growing difficulties in maintaining law and order as genetically enhanced individuals became more common. Traditional methods of crowd control and imprisonment often proved inadequate against suspects with augmented strength or resilience. This necessitated the development of new containment technologies and combat doctrines, forever changing the face of Imperial law enforcement. In the shadows, heretical organizations seized upon Genitor innovations to further their own agendas. Chaos cults experimented with combining demonic possession and genetic enhancement, creating monstrous hybrids that wreaked havoc on unsuspecting worlds. These abominations served as stark reminders of the potential horrors that could arise from unchecked genetic manipulation. As the full scope of these changes became apparent, the Imperium found itself at a crossroads. The work of the Genetors had opened doors to human potential previously thought impossible, but it had also created new vulnerabilities and ethical dilemmas. The challenge now lay in navigating this new landscape, balancing the promise of advancement against the perils of overreach, all while maintaining the core of what it meant to be human in a galaxy fraught with danger. The arsenal of techniques and technologies wielded by the Genetors stands as a testament to their mastery over the biological sciences. At the forefront of their craft lies the art of gene splicing, a discipline that has evolved far beyond its ancient Terran origins. Modern Genetors employ quantum-entangled DNA manipulators capable of rewriting genetic code with atomic precision. These devices, often integrated into the Magos' own cybernetic enhancements, allow for real-time analysis and modification of living tissue. In the realm of organ cultivation, Genetors have perfected the use of chronometric accelerators. These marvels of bioengineering can compress years of cellular growth into mere hours, enabling the rapid production of replacement organs or entirely new biological constructs. The implications of this technology extend beyond medicine, finding applications in the creation of specialized bioweapons and adaptive defense mechanisms. The field of neural augmentation has seen remarkable advancements under Genitor guidance. Synaptic amplifiers, when surgically implanted, can dramatically enhance cognitive function and reaction times. More controversially, memory engram transplants allow for the transfer of skills and experiences between individuals, though the long-term psychological effects of such procedures remain a subject of intense debate within the Adeptus Mechanicus. Genetor expertise in creating tailored microorganisms has revolutionized Imperial terraforming efforts. Adaptive algae strains capable of rapidly oxygenating alien atmospheres work in tandem with engineered bacteria that break down toxic compounds in soil and water. These microscopic workforces have transformed countless worlds from barren rocks to habitable planets in a fraction of the time required by conventional methods. In combat scenarios, Genetor-designed bio-augmentations have become increasingly prevalent. Subdermal armor synthesized from enhanced keratin provides troops with lightweight yet effective protection. Muscular density amplifiers, when combined with skeletal reinforcement procedures, can elevate an ordinary soldier to near Astartes levels of strength and endurance. The manipulation of the human immune system represents another cornerstone of Genetor methodology. Hyperadaptive white blood cells, programmed to recognize and neutralize a vast array of pathogens, offer unparalleled resistance to disease. This technology proves particularly vital in combating Nurgle's plagues and Xenos biological warfare. Genetors specializing in Xenos biology have developed sophisticated techniques for analyzing and adapting alien genetic structures. Xenomorphic integration protocols allow for the careful incorporation of beneficial Xenos traits into human subjects, though such practices often skirt the edges of tech heresy. The creation of hybrid servitors, combining the most advantageous aspects of multiple species, remains a contentious yet undeniably effective area of research. In the realm of psychic potential, Genetors tread a fine line between innovation and heresy. Psi-enhancing treatments designed to amplify latent psychic abilities have produced remarkable results in strengthening the Imperium's astropathic choirs. However, the risk of attracting unwanted warp attention has led to strict regulations on such procedures. The development of organic computing substrates marks a significant departure from traditional Mechanicus doctrine. Bioengineered neural networks, grown from genetically modified brain tissue, offer processing capabilities that rival or exceed those of standard cogitators. These living computers demonstrate an uncanny ability to adapt to new tasks and resist scrap code infections, making them invaluable in data analysis and ship operations. Genetor tactics in warfare often revolve around the deployment of engineered organisms as force multipliers. Pheromone-controlled insectoid swarms can act as living reconnaissance units, while symbiotically linked battle beasts provide devastating close combat support. The use of such creatures allows for a level of battlefield adaptability that traditional mechanized forces struggle to match. In siege warfare, Genetors have pioneered the use of rapidly growing organic fortifications. Spore-based defense systems can transform a barren field into a maze of living walls and acid-spewing trenches within hours. These biological bastions not only provide cover, but actively respond to enemy movements, making them exceptionally difficult to overcome. The art of biological camouflage has reached new heights under Genetor guidance. Chromatophore-infused skin grafts allow operatives to blend seamlessly with their surroundings, while engineered pheromones can mask scent signatures from even the most sensitive Xenos olfactory organs. These stealth enhancements have proven invaluable in covert operations across the Imperium. In naval engagements, Genetor innovations have led to the development of bioreactive hull coatings. These living membranes can self-repair minor damage and adapt their properties to better withstand specific types of attacks, significantly enhancing a ship's survivability in prolonged conflicts. The realm of communication has also benefited from Genetor expertise. Organic data links, utilizing quantum-entangled neurons, allow for instantaneous, untraceable information transfer across vast distances. This technology has revolutionized Imperial intelligence gathering and command structures, though its limited production means it remains reserved for only the most critical operations. As the Imperium faces ever-evolving threats, the Genetors continue to push the boundaries of biological science. Their work, controversial yet undeniably crucial, stands as humanity's bulwark against extinction in a hostile galaxy. The technologies and tactics they develop may well determine the future of the human species in the grim darkness of the far future. Throughout the annals of Imperial history, certain Genetors have risen to prominence, their achievements etching their names into the records of the Adeptus Mechanicus and beyond. These individuals, through brilliance or infamy, have shaped the course of biological science in the Imperium. Archmagos biologist Ezekiel Nero stands as a paragon of genetic innovation. His groundbreaking work on space marine gene seed stability during the 32nd millennium saved numerous chapters from degradation and extinction. Nero's techniques for purifying and reinforcing genetic lineages remain in use, a testament to his enduring legacy. In contrast, the renegade tech priest Axiom Delirium serves as a cautionary tale. Driven by an obsession with unlocking humanity's evolutionary potential, Delirium's experiments in combining human and Xenos DNA created monstrous hybrids that ravaged several frontier worlds before inquisitorial forces contained the threat. His name is now synonymous with the dangers of unchecked genetic manipulation. Magos biologist Helena Varax earned renown for her pioneering work in terraforming technology. Her development of rapidly adapting microbial ecosystems revolutionized the Imperium's colonization efforts, allowing for the swift transformation of barren planets into habitable worlds. Varax's methods have brought life to countless dead spheres, expanding humanity's reach across the stars. The enigmatic figure known only as the Sculptor achieved near-mythical status among Imperial assassins. This secretive Genetor's enhancements pushed the human form to its limits, creating operatives of unparalleled physical perfection. Rumors persist of the Sculptor's continued work from hidden laboratories, producing living weapons that blur the line between human and post-human. Arch-Genitor Octavius Kroll's contributions to combating Tyranid bioweapons earned him both accolades and suspicion. His intimate understanding of Xenos biology led to breakthroughs in developing countermeasures against Hive Fleet adaptations. However, whispers of Kroll's use of captured Tyranid specimens in forbidden experiments have drawn inquisitorial scrutiny. In the realm of Medicae science, Magos biologist Serena Vex stands out for her advancements in regenerative therapies. Her work on neural regrowth and limb regeneration has given new hope to millions of injured Imperial citizens and soldiers. Vex's techniques have become standard practice in high-level Medicae facilities across the Imperium. The infamous Homunculex, once a respected Genitor of Forge World Metallica, represents the dark potential of biological innovation. His creation of self-evolving viral strains as weapons of mass destruction led to his excommunication from the Mechanicus. Homunculex now operates from the fringes of Imperial space, his lethal creations a constant threat to populated worlds. Archmagos biologist Trantor Hax gained prominence for his work on enhancing human adaptation to extreme environments. His gene-tailoring protocols have allowed for the colonization of worlds once deemed uninhabitable, from toxic death worlds to the vacuum-exposed surfaces of airless moons. Hax's modified humans have opened new frontiers for Imperial expansion. The controversial figure of Magos Genitor Lysander Kahl, while not directly responsible for the Primaris project, played a crucial role in its implementation. His refinements to the Primaris implantation process and ongoing work on gene seed stability have cemented his place as one of the most influential Genetors of the 41st millennium. In the shadowy world of biological warfare, few names inspire as much fear as that of Magos Toxicus Morbidium. His mastery of engineered plagues and adaptive toxins has made him an invaluable asset in the Imperium's battles against Nurgle's forces. Yet, the destructive potential of his creations keeps Morbidium under constant inquisitorial surveillance. The rogue tech priestess known as Mother Metamorphosis achieved notoriety for her radical experiments in human-plant hybridization. Her creations, while abhorrent to Imperial doctrine, displayed remarkable abilities in terraforming and atmospheric purification. Despite being declared hereticus extremis, rumors of her work continue to circulate in fringe scientific circles. Archmagos biologists Ferris Kopf's advancements in cybernetic integration have redefined the boundaries between flesh and machine. His techniques for seamlessly merging organic tissue with mechanical components have not only improved the quality of augmetics throughout the Imperium, but have also led to the development of more efficient servitor production methods. The enigmatic Genetor Omega, whose true identity remains a closely guarded secret, is credited with developing the protocols for creating blanks and enhancing their null abilities. This work, conducted under the highest levels of secrecy, has provided the Imperium with crucial weapons against psychic and demonic threats. Magos Biologis Alastrionia Vel made significant strides in understanding and manipulating the human aging process. Her treatments for cellular regeneration and telomere preservation have extended the lifespans of countless Imperial officials and high-ranking Adeptus Mechanicus members, though the full extent of her longevity research remains classified. The fallen tech priest Vortigern Vex serves as a grim reminder of the corrupting influence of chaos on genetic science. Once a brilliant Genetor, Vex's experiments with warp-infused DNA led to his fall to Tzeentch. His demon hybrid creations continue to plague Imperial worlds, a twisted legacy of his former genius. These individuals, whether revered or reviled, have left an indelible mark on the field of genetic manipulation within the Imperium. Their achievements and cautionary tales continue to influence the work of Genetors across the galaxy, shaping the future of human evolution in the grim darkness of the far future. Despite the extensive knowledge and advanced technologies wielded by the Genetors, numerous mysteries and unresolved questions persist in their field. These enigmas tantalize researchers and fuel endless debates within the halls of the Adeptus Mechanicus. The true extent of the Emperor's genetic mastery remains a subject of intense speculation. Fragments of lore hint at creations far surpassing even the Primarchs, leading some Genetors to pursue the elusive goal of unlocking the Emperor's full genetic templates. Whispers of hidden vaults on Terra, containing the most advanced biolore in existence, drive many to seek audience with the Adeptus Custodes, hoping to gain access to these mythical archives. The phenomenon of genetic memory continues to baffle even the most accomplished Magi biologists. Instances of individuals exhibiting skills or knowledge from long-dead ancestors raise questions about the nature of inherited traits. Some Genetors theorize that DNA itself may act as a storage medium for experiences, a concept that blurs the line between genetics and the soul. The exact mechanisms behind Space Marine gene seed compatibility remain partially shrouded in mystery. While general principles are understood, the precise factors determining why some aspirants accept implantation while others reject it elude full comprehension. This gap in knowledge has led to diverse theories, ranging from spiritual resonance to undiscovered genetic markers. The existence of stable mutant strains, such as the Navigators and Ogrins, poses intriguing questions about controlled evolution. Genetors debate whether these subspecies represent natural adaptations or are the result of ancient forgotten bioengineering. Efforts to replicate such stable mutations for other specialized roles have met with limited success, hinting at unknown factors in long-term genetic stability. The nature of the Tyranid hive mind and its ability to rapidly adapt presents an ongoing challenge to Imperial Genetors. The speed and efficiency with which Tyranid organisms evolve to counter threats far surpass known biological principles. Some tech priests speculate about the existence of a metagenome that allows for instantaneous information transfer across vast distances, a concept that, if understood, could revolutionize Imperial biotechnology. The origins and full capabilities of the Krork, the alleged ancestors of the Orcs, remain a topic of heated discussion among xenobiologists. Ancient records describe these beings as far more advanced and formidable than modern orcs, leading some Genetors to fear the potential re-emergence of this primordial species. Expeditions to recover Krork genetic material for study are conducted in utmost secrecy, given the potential dangers involved. The mechanism behind the pariah gene, responsible for creating blanks, continues to elude full understanding. Its apparent resistance to replication or artificial induction frustrates attempts to increase the Imperium's supply of these valuable null individuals. Theories range from warp-based influences to undiscovered dimensions of human genetics, driving ongoing research in this crucial area. The long-term effects of extensive genetic modification on human evolution raise profound questions about the future of the species. Some Genetors warn of potential evolutionary dead ends or unforeseen vulnerabilities, while others see current modifications as merely the first steps towards a new, superior form of humanity. This philosophical divide shapes much of the debate surrounding the ethical limits of genetic manipulation. The possibility of latent genetic potential in baseline humans intrigues many researchers. Incidents of individuals manifesting extraordinary abilities under extreme stress have led to theories about dormant genes that could potentially be activated. The search for methods to reliably trigger these hypothetical traits without resorting to dangerous or heretical practices remains an active area of study. The true nature of the Emperor's genetic contribution to the Primarchs is a subject of endless fascination. While it's known that he used his own genetic material as a base, the exact modifications and additions remain a mystery. Some Genetors dedicate their entire careers to deciphering fragments of this supreme work, hoping to glean insights that could advance the entire field of genetics. The mechanism behind the Orc's Gestalt psychic field and its interaction with their biology presents a unique puzzle. The way Orc technology functions, seemingly through sheer belief challenges conventional understanding of the relationship between mind, matter, and genetics. Some radical Genetors propose studying this phenomenon to explore potential psycho-reactive human enhancements, though such research borders on tech heresy. The existence of the Apex twins, a pair of identical Primaris Marines exhibiting unprecedented genetic stability and combat prowess, has sparked intense debate. Their origin and the exact nature of their enhancements remain classified, leading to widespread speculation about potential breakthroughs in Astartes' genetics. The Imperium's reluctance to create more such individuals raises questions about hidden risks or ethical concerns. The genetic basis for psychic abilities continues to be a contentious topic. While certain genetic markers are associated with psychic potential, the full interplay between genetics and warp sensitivity remains poorly understood. This gap in knowledge complicates efforts to enhance or control psychic traits, a goal of particular interest given the increasing psychic awakening across the Imperium. The possibility of recovering and reactivating dormant genes from humanity's evolutionary past tantalizes many Genetors. Theories suggest that unlocking these ancestral traits could grant humans abilities long lost to time, potentially including enhanced regeneration, environmental adaptation, or even extended lifespans. However, the risks of awakening such ancient genetic legacies keep this research highly controversial and tightly regulated. These mysteries and unresolved questions drive the ceaseless work of the Genetors, pushing the boundaries of knowledge and challenging the limits of what is possible. In the vast laboratories and hidden research facilities across the Imperium, the search for answers continues, each discovery bringing new questions and possibilities for the future of human evolution in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. The legacy of the Genetors extends far beyond the confines of their laboratories, shaping the very fabric of the Imperium's future. Their work, a delicate balance of innovation and tradition, continues to push the boundaries of human potential while grappling with the ethical and practical implications of their advancements. As the Imperium faces unprecedented threats from without and within, the role of genetic manipulation in ensuring humanity's survival becomes ever more crucial. The emergence of new xeno-species, the escalating psychic awakening, and the constant pressure of chaos forces all demand adaptations that only the Genetors can provide. The long-term consequences of widespread genetic modification are beginning to manifest across Imperial space. Populations subjected to extensive alterations over generations exhibit unforeseen traits, some beneficial, others potentially destabilizing. This genetic drift presents both opportunities and challenges, forcing the Adeptus Mechanicus to constantly reassess the balance between enhancement and preservation of the human form. The integration of Primaris Marines into Space Marine chapters has accelerated the evolution of Astartes' genetics. As these enhanced warriors prove their worth in battle, demand for further improvements grows. This drive for perfection, however, raises concerns about the potential divergence of transhuman soldiers from baseline humanity, a philosophical quandary that echoes through the halls of power. In the realm of agriculture, Genitor innovations continue to stave off famine across countless worlds. Yet, the increasing reliance on engineered crops creates new vulnerabilities. The specter of crop failures due to unforeseen genetic instabilities or targeted bioweapons looms large, driving ongoing research into resilience and diversity. The field of medicine sees perhaps the most immediate impact of Genitor work. Life expectancy among Imperial elites soars as regenerative therapies and genetic tune-ups become more sophisticated. This longevity, however, widens the gulf between the privileged and the masses, potentially sowing seeds of discontent and unrest. Efforts to combat the myriad diseases and biological weapons unleashed by the forces of chaos intensify. Genitors find themselves in an endless arms race against Nurgle's plagues, developing cures and immunities only to face new, more virulent strains. This constant battle reshapes Imperial medical doctrine, emphasizing adaptability over traditional treatments. The ongoing psychic awakening presents unique challenges and opportunities for genetic research. As more humans manifest psychic abilities, Genitors work tirelessly to understand and potentially control this phenomenon. The prospect of engineering stable psyker lineages tantalizes many, despite the inherent dangers of such endeavors. In the realm of space exploration and colonization, Genitor expertise becomes increasingly vital. The ability to swiftly adapt humans to alien environments accelerates the pace of Imperial expansion. However, the emergence of distinct subspecies adapted to specific worlds raises questions about the future unity of the human race. The threat posed by the Tyranid hive fleets drives innovation in biological warfare and defense. Genitors develop ever more potent bioweapons and adaptive immune systems, yet each encounter with the Great Devourer reveals new horrors to counter. This endless cycle of adaptation and counter-adaptation pushes the boundaries of what's possible in genetic manipulation. As the Imperium's reliance on servitor labor grows, ethical concerns about the nature of these biological constructs come to the fore. Genitors face increasing pressure to develop more efficient and numerous servitors, while also grappling with questions of consciousness and the sanctity of human life. The Dark Imperium, cut off from Terra by the Great Rift, becomes a breeding ground for genetic experimentation free from traditional oversight. Reports of radical mutations and hybrid species emerging from these isolated regions both fascinate and horrify Genitors on the Throne World side, hinting at potential futures for humanity, both promising and terrifying. Efforts to understand and replicate the Emperor's work on the Primarchs continue in secret. While official doctrine forbids such research, the potential benefits drive some Genitors to risk everything in pursuit of this knowledge. The consequences of success in this endeavor could reshape the balance of power within the Imperium itself. The increasing sophistication of augmetics and the blurring line between organic and mechanical enhancement spark debates about the future direction of human evolution. Some envision a fusion of flesh and machine, while others advocate for purely biological advancement. This ideological split shapes research priorities and political alliances within the Adeptus Mechanicus. As humanity's understanding of genetics grows, so too does the potential for catastrophic mistakes. The specter of engineered plagues escaping containment or unstable mutations spreading through populations haunts the nightmares of Imperial leaders. Safeguards and fail-safes become as crucial as the advancements themselves, a constant reminder of the double-edged nature of genetic power. In the face of these challenges and possibilities, the Genetors stand at the forefront of humanity's struggle for survival and supremacy in a hostile universe. Their work, fraught with danger yet brimming with potential, may well determine whether mankind ascends to new heights of evolution or succumbs to the myriad threats that seek its extinction. In the grim darkness of the far future, the legacy of the Genetors continues to unfold, shaping the destiny of humanity one strand of DNA at a time.